Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. My name is Brittany Page, host of the Page Perspective here on YouTube, and I am your guest host today. I'm feeling a little insecure about my voice and whether or not I sound sick because I'm actually COVID positive right now after attending the Democratic National Convention in Chicago last week. Let this be your reminder to book your appointments for your boosters and to continue to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Thank you for being here with me today. You know, it's rare that we get such a perfect example of Fox News working overtime to protect their audience from understanding reality, but we got a good one today. Everyone's favorite governor and Democratic nominee for vice president, Tim Walz, made an appearance at the Firefighters Union Conference in Boston. He delivered a speech at the 57th International Association of Firefighters Convention, and Fox News actually covered it. We had Bret Baier and Dana Perino, and if you don't know these Fox News hosts, I'll tell you more about Bret Baier after this clip, but he is supposedly on the news side, quote unquote, over on Fox. And Dana Perino, of course, was the White House press secretary under George W. Bush. They were working this hour while Fox News carried Tim Walz's speech. And I want you to notice during this clip, when Bret and Dana, our esteemed hosts, decided it's crucial that they cut in. Tell me if you notice anything about the timing on this. Watch.
Some of you in here, and I'm going to say this because I know we're bipartisan, some of the gray hairs in here, I know what you're thinking, and I remember it too because it's my family. When Republicans used to talk about freedom, they meant it. They meant it. Not anymore. These guys over there, they want government to have the freedom to invade every corner of your life, from our union halls to our kids' schools, even our doctor's office. Vice President and I, we got a little bit different vision of this. We believe that you, not politicians, should be made free to make your own health care choices. We believe that workers deserve to collectively bargain for fair wages, safe working conditions, good health care, and secure retirement. No interference from government.
To Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. He's also the vice presidential nominee for the Democratic ticket. He's speaking to the Firefighters Union in Boston, Massachusetts. About 350,000 members, Bret, and speaking there enthusiastically without notes, and they really want to get this union vote. I don't know, though, Bret, if the rank and file would agree with him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that this is a pitch, a speech designed specifically for the union. A lot of talk about collective bargaining, a lot of talk about, issues that those union members talk about in those halls.
Interesting. Right when Walz is leaning in with specifics about the Harris-Walz policies and plans, and that applause is going wild, Bret and Dana are popping in to say, hey, now is time for our analysis about how the union doesn't seem to be buying what they're selling. I guess thunderous applause can mean different things to different people. Now, Dana Perino, having worked for George W. Bush, is an obvious partisan. When she's not interrupting Tim Walz's speech because it is sounding just a little too good, she can be found as one of the hosts on The Five attacking any of the usual suspects, but often homeless people or other similarly marginalized and mistreated groups in America. While Bret Baier, he loves to spend Thanksgiving at Mar-a-Lago, as you can see here. And he and Trump seem pretty close because here's Donald Trump praising Bret's golf game recently at a rally.
And when you win a club championship, that means you can play under pressure. You can ask a lot of the people up there, like Bret Baier. Bret Baier's a good golfer. Ask him, can Trump play? Ask a lot of the people, but...
So these two people very obviously have their thumb on the scale for Trump, but I want to hear more from Walz. Not just because I am fully Walz-pilled, but because I want both Harris and Walz to win. I think it is crucial that they win, but I also want to hear more from Tim Walz because he's good. He makes the case. He makes you want to support him and take action to support him. So let's hear more from him, this time without interruption from the Trump minions.
Look, I'll keep saying it. Words are cheap. Actions is all you should care about. Make sure you're counting on what was delivered. When Donald Trump was president, he blocked overtime benefits for millions of workers. He opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage, and he even proposed slashing budgets for federal fire service programs. Those are just simply facts. But look, it's not just what they've done, it's what they're gonna do. This is the big thing. One of the goals of their Project 2025 is to screw the middle class, making it harder for workers to collectively bargain, allowing employers to drastically cut overtime or eliminate it, slash taxes for the ultra-wealthy by imposing a national sales tax on the rest of us. Look, I've said this, I'm an old-time football coach. If you draw up a playbook, you plan on using it. Project 2025 is a plan to reshape what America looks like, moving away from the middle class and putting it right back on the oligarchs and the wealthy at the top. He said he's going to repeal the Affordable Care Act. That thing is pre-existing conditions. Those are things that make sure that our family gets health care. And for many of our families, and I know you don't get to participate in it, but your families do, my mom does, Social Security and Medicare are life-saving programs for them. Instead of funding those programs, they talk about cutting them. So here, this is what I always say. If you got $1 billion, you don't give a damn if your Social Security check shows up. But if you're like my mom, that's how you pay for your food. That's how you pay for your heat. That's how things get done. So that check, pretty damn important to protect it.
That is right. This is the energy we need. Reminders that Donald Trump is fundamentally a rich guy who has lived a life of luxury, never wanting for anything, surrounded by a bubble of constant protection. He can't relate to us. He can't relate to you. And when I was at the Democratic National Convention last week getting COVID, I was so happy that they really centered Project 2025 throughout the week. Each day there was a speaker who carried out a massive book and put it on the podium and highlighted a specific aspect of Project 2025 that would harm people, harm us. As Kamala Harris and Tim Walz prepare to sit for their big interview with CNN's Dana Bash, I'm looking forward to hearing more of this. Direct messages about the damage a Trump administration would do and a unifying message we can all get behind. I'd love to know what you think about this in the comments below, or you can connect with me here on YouTube or on social media at Brittany Page.